tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces turn stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sylvia. I apologize, y'all. I had all intention to come on at 7 o'clock. I promise you. I had all intentions of doing so. But you know, my intentions were good. But things still happen. Like I get caught up on phone calls. I get caught up in trying to get something else done around here. And I did not come on until now. My apologies. I was getting text messages. Are you still coming on? Are you still going live? So my apologies, guys. My apologies. So I'm going to give you as quick as possible some of the things that I want to bring to you guys' attention. You guys remember Mr. Steele had a case. I would say about 3 weeks ago now, right? Right? It was about 3 weeks ago with the McDuffie case. What day was that case? What date? I gotta find my calendar on that case. Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta check it out. Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta check it out, y'all. I don't know why my thing is not working right. Hold on. I don't know what's going on with my thing. My channel's sticking. I need to change this over to switch it to Infamous Sylvia. Hold on. And then I gotta switch. Oops. My thing's just acting so old. My computer's acting like it's really 100 years old, and it's not. It's not 100 years old. But it's acting like it. It's acting like it's 100 years old. I'm trying to, come on now. Okay. Mr. Steele had this case back in, let's see, McDuffie. Okay, that's about, I'm trying to see the date on it. It was March Let's see, March 26th. Hold on a second. Let's see, hold on. March 25th. March 25th is roughly about what? Almost 4 weeks, right? Almost a full month. Because next week will be a full month. It'll be the 25th. The 25th, right? So almost a month of the direct verdict, right? And well, let's say 3 weeks. 3 weeks of the direct verdict, or 2.5 week, right? It's 2 weeks ago. The direct verdict. I'm talking about the direct verdict. It's 2 weeks ago. Gotta be more than 2 weeks. It wasn't in April. It might have been April. Yeah, because it was a day after April Fool's Day. You're right. You're right, Serena. Thank you, Serena. It was 2 weeks, but it started 3 weeks ago. But 2 weeks ago is when the verdict came down, right? And I'm thinking that these people would calm down, let it rest. The judge had made a ruling, and so just let's move on to the next topic of life, right? But I guess since that small town, nothing really happens in that town, so this was like big news, and they just cannot let it go. They cannot let this ruling go. Then they still trying to find ways to get this case to come back, I guess. I don't know. Because they're still in uproar, right? It's so bad that the clerk still is not releasing the information on the website, because there's some street vigilantes that's out here putting out people's name that were part of the character witness for Mr. McDuffie. They have a whole bunch of folks just being mobs on the channel, right? Of course, they added me in there, saying that I was paid, that I came there to change the narrative of the story, and all of this yada 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 stuff, right? They made a whole post about me and had my picture up there, and just doing the most, right? Let me just show you a little bit. Just doing the most. I just want to show you for a minute. They have a whole little website. They have my name all in it. Look, they showing my page. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Hold on, let me show y'all guys. Showing my little page, right? They got my little page, have a little comment about me. And if you go right here, they have me all over the place, right? Every single thing I've, just have me all over it. And they talk about, this is what they said about me. Hold on. They said this about me. It says, please stop giving this woman likes and views, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Get the straight facts, Sylvia, blah, 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 right? And so this is them, right? This is all their little sayings. Like, they talk about she's been arrested multiple times, once in Chicago during the R. Kelly trial, and she has slandered the families of multiple victims. I slandered the fam, and then they go and tell them to go look at that girl, Crazy Girl's channel and all this kind of stuff, right? Look. So this is them, right? Their little skit about me, right? So they're not giving up, right? But let me tell you what happened. Well, do you know that the sheriff department are now contacting the jurors and getting statements from the jurors, asking the jurors all kinds of questions. And to find out, the jurors were going to find him not guilty as well. Can you believe that as of today, they are contacting jurors and recording the jurors' statements? Can you believe that? Why, Kim? Because they saw losers. I spoke to a couple of jurors, right? And they said that they did not find enough evidence to even convict the man. They did not find enough evidence to convict the man. There was no evidence. It was all hearsay, she said, but no evidence behind it. But they are so upset, y'all. They are at the homes of jurors. And what I found out, remember the lady I told you guys that she seemed like she knew the Shelby's family? Remember that lady I told you, and she was doing all, and I said, remember I was telling you that she needs to learn Juror 101, where you keep a poker face? Well, I found out that she was the one in the jury room. She wasn't supposed to be talking, right? And she was like, I know he did it. I know he did it. That type of stuff in the jury room. And guess what? Remember what was said when I told you guys. Remember what I said to you guys? How they caught her and her mother in the parking lot talking to Shelby's sister and Shelby's sister husband. Remember I told you that happened that last day, right before, when they were getting ready to do their testimonies, remember? Well, she was the one that I guess was supposed to be persuading the jury to go against them. But here's the thing. I wish the jurors would have told on her, because that's what they should have told, because you're not supposed to be discussing the case until the case is over. So why is she in there trying to say stuff like, I know he did it. I know he did it. I know he did it. You get what I'm saying? Trying to talk to them, and one of the jurors said they were going to make a complaint to the judge about it because she wasn't supposed to be talking to them. And she was talking to them before deliberation. Because remember, they didn't even get a chance to start deliberation. So she was talking. The trial ended with a direct verdict and the judge ruled not guilty and dismissed the case. The judge dismissed the case. There wasn't any. Seems like these troublemakers can be held accountable for slander and defamation of character. They need to be. They're still angry. They're still upset. Sorry, I'm clipping my nails. Sorry, I had to straighten this nail out. Because it was all jacked up, broken up. Sorry. Okay. So they were at the juror's house. So they're investigating now. They was asking questions like, what do you think about the judge and stuff like that? It was asking those type of questions. I don't know why they thinking that if the judge was going to like if the judge did something wrong by doing a direct verdict. I don't know. They angry for some strange reason, y'all. They felt that me reporting this case as I saw it, exactly as I saw it, right? They felt that I changed the narrative of the case. What would they said? Hold on. I gotta read what they said, okay? Hold on a second. I gotta read word for word what was said in regards to me in this case. Hold on a second. I think most of the posting disappeared. I don't know where they disappeared to, but a lot of the posting disappeared. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, I think most of it's gone now. I don't see most of the posting. Yeah, most of the people are gone. I don't see them anymore. I don't see them anymore. The ones that was doing such hatred. I'm looking for that guy. Hold on a second. Let me see that guy. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can find him. Let me see if I can see him. I don't know why this thing is so slow. It's very slow. Hold on. It's so slow, y'all. I don't know why it's not showing. Did they take his thing down? I was about to show y'all. Hold on, y'all. It's coming up. It's coming up. Come on, it's slow. Hold on. It's coming. It's coming. It's taking its time. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to find that guy's post. Just a second. I don't know why they don't have this kind of way that they it's not pulling up. They got it all kind of like weird thing. Hold on, let me just go look at my emails, my messages. Hold on, okay. Okay, hold on. There we go. Yeah, they took a lot of the messages off. They took the messages off, y'all. They deleted a lot of messages. I can't pull it up anymore. Yeah, they deleted most of those messages. They only got 46. They used to be 70 something. They took some of them off. Yeah, they took most of those messages where the people were threatening the judge and putting individuals thing on there. Hold on a second. Yeah, they took it down. They took it down because the person had the witness's name and stuff on it. They took it down. Yeah, we can't find it. They took it down. They took it down. Yeah, they took a lot of that stuff down. I can't find it to show you guys. I was gonna show you the posting where they were showing the witness's name and stuff. But I guess they took it down. Yeah. I wonder how Mr. Steele feel about this. He sees it as being a shame. It's a shameful. But he did thank me for putting the truth out. He did thank me for putting the truth out. So Rosie's in here. Rosie, is your TV turned down? But anyway, they were at the jurors' houses. Isn't that weird? Why would you be at the jurors' houses asking questions and recording them? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Wonder what's the purpose of that. But then you're not coming after the people that's putting out names of witnesses and addresses of witnesses. But they're not doing that. I wonder what's the purpose. Are they trying to come after the judge? What are they trying to do? But they don't understand when the judge did it with prejudice. That means they can't bring it back. With prejudice means can't bring it back. I'm going to show y'all what it says. Hold on. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you what it says. Hold on. Okay, this is what it says. This is what it says right here. All right, this is what it says. Look at this. It says, order granting defendant motion for direct verdict. On March 31st, right? It was the 31st. This is before 2026, at the closing of the state's case. This is at the end of the, you see, closing mean end. Closing is end. Because they were saying that the judge did it in the middle of the case. No. The state had rested. Okay, defense does not have to put a case in chief. Once the state is finished, the trial is basically really over with, okay? Because it is a responsibility of the state to put on a case to prove the person is guilty of what they're claiming, they charging the defendant with, okay? So it says here, at the closing of the state's case against defendant Samuel Wayne McDuffie, he, through his counsel, Brian Steele, moved for a direct verdict as to the charges of 2 counts of aggravated child molestation, OCGA 16-6-64C, and 2 counts of aggravated sexual battery. And you see I say sexual because I don't want to say the word. Battery, OCGA 16-6-22-2. It says, upon lengthy, meaning long, and grave, meaning so like deep, and grave is like 6 feet under, deep thought, deep consideration of the facts and evidence put forth by the state and pursuant to OCGA 17-9-1. Let's go see what OCGA 17 plus 9, 9-1 says. Okay, let's go Google that and see what it says. All right, let's go look it up. Let's go. I'm going to bring it to you guys what it says about that. Let me stop sharing this one and let me go bring up what it says. All right. Title 17, Criminal Procedure 17 what was the number? 9, right? Was it 9-1, which is this one right here. 9-1. But it has to do with direct verdict judgment in general, right? Now here's general provision of 17-9-1 through 17-9-4. This section, 17-9.1, when direction of verdict of acquittal authorized. When motion for direct verdict of acquittal allowed, effective of motion upon defendant's right to present evidence. You hear that, right? The defendant's right to present evidence and a right to trial, assent of jury not required. You hear this? All those that was having a fit about why he had to do it this way. Why? He didn't let the jury continue. He has a right. He has a right to ask for a direct verdict because it's his case. And it says here, it says when a motion for a directed verdict of acquittal is allowed, effected of motion upon defendant's right to present evidence and right to jury trial, assent of jury not required. Okay? Where there is no conflict in the evidence and the evidence introduced with all reasonable deductions and inferences, therefore shall demand a direct verdict of acquittal or not guilty as to the entire offense or to some particular counts or offenses. The court may direct the verdict of acquittal to which the defendant is entitled under the evidence and may allow the trial to proceed only as to the count of offenses remaining, if any. The defendant shall be entitled. Do you see this? Defendant shall be entitled to move for a direct verdict at the close of the evidence offered by the prosecuting attorney or at the closing of the case, even if he fails to introduce any evidence as trial. See that? A defendant who moves for a direct verdict at the close of evidence offered by the prosecuting attorney may offer evidence in the event that the motion is not granted, without having reserved the right to do so, and to the same extent as if the motion had not been made. A motion for direct verdict which is not granted shall be deemed to be a waiver of the right by the jury, by trial by jury. The order of the court granting motion of direct verdict of acquittal is effective without any assent of a jury. That means you don't have to have a jury. The judge can make that decision because the evidence that was presented during the time when they, okay, remember I told you Mr. Steele had 3 people for each person, right? He had the supervisor of the detective to discredit the detective, because remember he came in, he said that this man did this when they were working together. He told a lie when they were working together. That's all. He basically told a lie. Then the ex-boyfriend came on and says Lindsay is a liar, right? And then Shelby's dad got on there, said Shelby is a liar. You get what I'm saying? Shelby and her mama is a liar. That's what the dad said. The mama and the daughter is a liar. So putting those 3 individuals in the defense side knocked out all the testimony that this other one gave, because it's telling you the character of those people. And the sergeant, the ex-supervisor, brought in evidence of the guy lying, and he quit before he got fired because he lied. He lied when he was saying that he took the picture of the person because he was trying to get something on somebody else, or some murder case, and he used a 14-year-old fake, person that's supposed to be one of those SA type of thing, children exploitation type of thing. And so he goes in and takes that picture and say he was trying to get a murder suspect, and he ended up lying. They found out he lied, and they put in his personnel file that he is a liar, that he deceived his supervisor. So that knocked him out the box. They did not have any evidence at all. They didn't get the DNA. They didn't do none of that stuff. So the only thing they could rely on is on hearsay, what they were saying that supposedly happened. Okay. And remember, they were going to bring the doctor in to dispel what the sane nurse was saying. Remember with the sane nurse, they didn't have anybody that did the checking of her work and things like that. There was no peer review, and she was giving diagnosis certain things. You get what I'm saying? Remember that? So they knocked all their witnesses' testimony to trash. You get what I mean? I'm talking layman's language here, okay? So that's why, as you can see, what I read here, the defendant shall be entitled, defendant shall be entitled to move for a direct verdict at close of the evidence offered by the prosecuting attorney or at the close of the case, even if he fails to introduce any evidence, which he did produce evidence at his trial, because when he got that supervisor up there, when they got ready to get the doctor up there to knock out the sane nurse, And when he brought the daddy up there to knock out the daughter and the mama, then he got the ex-boyfriend to knock out the sister. I mean, the sister of Chris Duffy's. You get what I'm saying? Sam McDuffie's daughter. So the judge fulfilled that part, right? So the law says he was entitled. All this madness that these people are getting upset because the judge decided to take the offer of the direct verdict. I mean, it was a solid no-brainer. But they upset. They're still not giving up. They having the detective, the police, the sheriff department going to jurors. The jurors didn't even. Here's what their argument is, right? Here's the argument that I was hearing on that page. That they didn't let the jury get a chance to rule on it. First of all the jurors said it was not guilty. All of them. With the exception of that one meddling one, and you don't know if she was the main juror at all. And had the judge, and remember, the judge was going to review the camera. So if the judge decided to get the camera, right? You had that one, the one that didn't, you saw her face and she didn't know how to be a real juror. She showed her face. She didn't have a poker face. She would have been thrown out anyway if the judge would look at the camera. You know why? Because she violated the rules of the judge. And if the other jurors complained about her running her mouth before deliberation, she was running her mouth then because she came in the room telling them that, hey, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty. You're not even supposed to be talking. It's not even time for deliberation. So why are you running your mouth in back there? You're not supposed to talk to the jurors until it's time the judge says deliberation time. And so why is she running her mouth back there then? Right? The other jurors already go tell on her anyway. You get what I'm saying? She was running her mouth. And I told you, from what I saw, she knew them. And she lied because when they were doing the voir dire, they asked, did you know anybody on this case? She didn't tell the truth. She didn't tell the truth. That's who they need to go. They need to go talk to that juror. Because you should have asked that sheriff department. You should ask that juror, did you know Shelby's family? Did you know them before then? And I guarantee you, she did. What case are we talking about? Sorry, it's okay. We're talking about McDuffie, the case that I did a couple of weeks ago with Mr. Steele. It was a case out of Banks County, Georgia. And so they're still running amok, upset, putting my name in all. And the reason why I'm talking about this, y'all, because I'm tired of them talking about me, putting me in there as if I'm the reason why the judge did the ruling and why. No, the prosecution, the investigator, they messed up. They messed up. They screwed up the case. They didn't do the work, the legwork that needs to be done to get a conviction. They did not go and get the DNA. They didn't get the child underwear to get some sort of DNA off of that. That the mama didn't take the child the same day that she found out that supposedly happened. She never did that. She waited 5 days later to take the child to go get what's the name, an interview, and then get them to do a sane exam. Come on now. Come on. And you cannot come and blame me because I'm reporting on what you guys did wrong. I mean, it is what it is. I have no skin in this game at all. I'm just giving you the facts of what happened in the case. You might not like the way I'm bringing it out. You might not like my language. You might not like my attitude. You might not like the way I'm saying it. You might not even like my voice. But the point is, I'm telling you what exactly happened in the courthouse. Okay? You don't like it because I'm going to call it out. They were not credible enough for me. And I'm just a regular lame person. If come on. So y'all need to keep my name out of your mouth, out of y'all posts. Because y'all keep putting my name on it, I'm gonna keep exposing it. And then I even read the transcript. I read the transcript, and they want to know where I got the transcript from. They mad because they don't have a copy of the transcript. You know, I'm like, if y'all if y'all didn't do what you did, there would have never been a motion put in to close the file, because y'all the one putting stuff out and threatening people, putting their people addresses out. Y'all would have been able to get a transcript like me. No, y'all want to be vigilantes. You don't want to be some street justice people. You said let them talk. It helps your channel grow. Renette, that's true. That's true. That's true. But I'm just saying that's what they're doing. They're trying to act like it's like, I got another case I'm going to do with Steele, y'all. I'm going to do another case. Going to do another case. So look out for me in June. June, another case going to be done before he goes and do Mr. Little Dirk's case. I might end up in California, y'all. I might end up in California. So, but I mean, seriously, y'all. Continue to defend yourself. They give you content. Exactly. I said to them, if they keep running their mouth about me, I'm going to keep bringing up stuff. And I'll go deeper. I'll go deeper and tell exactly what happened. I played the little video, y'all, of them. Did y'all see what they said about me? Did y'all see what they said? They said, let me hold on, you. I gotta read this for you guys. And you know I don't like to read too, right? But I'm gonna read this to y'all. Here's what they said about me. Hold on. Here's what they said about me. Hold on a second. Hold on. Look at just taking my little pictures, and they screenshot my stuff and all that kind of stuff. This is the one that was coming after me. Oh, she closed her thing down. I can't see her stuff no more. Okay, can't see her stuff no more. She closed it down. I ain't telling with a man attending a church. And I mean, these people just like, come on now. Now they could go and tag in Fox News. They said, isn't it interesting to judge throughout? Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Isn't it interesting to judge throughout all the evidence, then acquitted the accused child M because of no evidence? The funny thing is, the GBI looked at the same evidence and decided it was an overwhelmingly convincing that they wrote checks to the mom of the two girls who were attacked, reimbursing her for the therapy and doctor bills she had paid out of her own pocket. This happened several times. So the GBI is now wrong too? I don't think so. Y'all, come on. This is what they said. So they show her getting the money. Look, she got $3,000. Okay, this is the part that it says Shelby, the mom of two victims, ages 1 and 3, couldn't believe that the judge allowed Brian Steele to mock her for following her pediatrician's advice. When her 3-year-old daughter was a baby, her pediatrician told Shelby about these books, see photos of the book cover, and shown her the website strongforlife.com. This book was a major topic of discuss for Brian Steele. He mocked Shelby for teaching the girls good touch, bad touch, even though she was following the guidelines from a doctor and empowering her daughters. For 2 days, Shelby was belittled and laughed at while on the stand and accused of framing her father in law. Steele said Shelby forced her daughter to frame her father in law by reading to her about what God said and teaching her about body boundaries. Steele made sure to mock God. You hear this? Steele made sure to mock God and the Holy Spirit too. And so did the not so famous YouTuber Sylvia. She mocked God and Shelby's religion belief as a sign saying prayer hung on the wall behind her. Yes, I do have prayer on here, right? I don't regret teaching her about good bad touch, because if I hadn't, she would have never been able to tell me at the age of 3 what was happening to her. Shelby McDuffie. Children Health Care of Atlanta says that they are never too young to learn about bodily safety, but before the age of 3, it is recommended. Shelby wanted to encourage everyone in this community to learn the statistic of child abuse. Swipe left to learn the statistic. Most abusers are relatives, trusted friends, church members, daycare workers. Please have these conversations with your kids. Now, y'all, I do agree that it does happen with kids with people that they know, right? But to make comments about me making mockery of her, that's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. I didn't mock that lady. I just told you what was happening in the courtroom. I didn't mock her. Nope, sure didn't. I just showed you guys what was happening. If that's mocking, I guess that's all of my stuff is mocking. Okay, but that's basically it. I wanted to tell you guys that the jurors are being questioned by the sheriff department. I don't know what's the purpose of the questioning. I don't know what's the purpose of that, but obviously they're trying to find something. I don't know. But the judge was in the right to doing that. I just read to you the law on that. Okay. All right, let me go ahead on and finish reading the direct verdict. Okay, we were up to this part, right? The pursuant to OCGA 17-9-1. The court hereby grants defendant's motion for direct verdict. Defendant is hereby acquitted with prejudice. You know what with prejudice mean? That it can never ever be brought back into the court system on trial again. Okay? Of all charges brought against him by the state in this matter. So ordered, first day of April 2026. Nunc pro tunc. You hear that? He cannot be tried for this particular case. Never, ever again. So even if they sitting down trying to muster up all this kind of stuff, trying to get the judge and trying to make sure the judge don't win. I mean, you should have heard them in that chat. You should have heard them. They were putting so much threats And I do have the screenshots of the threats too, y'all. Let me get some of the threats for you guys. Let me tell you what these people were saying. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my phone. I started screenshotting all the different threats that they were making. I'm gonna just show it to read some of you guys. It was so ridiculous. It was so like crazy. I started screenshotting them. I was like, we might need this for proof later on. Hold on. See, I started screenshotting all of them. Look. Started screenshotting all of it. Okay, hold on. Somebody by the name of Dylan Lackey, he was the one that was doing a lot of threats. He was doing a lot of threats. Hold on a second. Listen to this, what this person says. This person named Christy Osborne said, I hope someone takes care of him in the backwoods way. Sick bastard. And the judge who got his pocket padded to let him off. You hear that? Take care of him the backwards way. Hold on a second. They even made threats. Hold on a second. I got some more threats. Somebody asked, are you threatening the 12 jurors who found McDuffie innocent? You may want to be heeding your own forewarning. Threatening the jurors will get SHIT deep with federal charges. Just saying. And then he says, I'm not threatening anyone as long as they don't protect a P. I love Homer more than the most. It said, nah, the judge needs to be on trial. I didn't watch anything. I just won't shut up about the pedo protector of Homer, Georgia. I'm trying to pull up all of them. I even screenshot the whole list of the people who's talking junk. I said they might need this in the future. Look at this. This is me. This is them talking to me. This person, Andrew Michael McPherson, says, Sylvia P. Tumasimi, read the capture. You're mentioned many times. What you said about this. This is a friend of mine that went through a similar experience in McDuffie as McDuffie's girls. However, hers were not unexpectedly shut down before the jury could reach a verdict. You need answers, Sylvia. No, we need answers, Sylvia. Sam McDuffie is evil. Okay, they said this is what they said about me. They said he owns lands and cattle and claims to be more a believer in this community than little old Shelby. He threatened to take everything away from her, and that didn't stop her from getting her daughters the sane exam they needed and the therapy they also needed. She has shown all of us what taking a massive action to protecting your children look like. Listen to this. Sylvia protect peace. She slanders protective mothers and has it has a sign saying prayer hanging in the back of hanging on the wall behind her. Disgusting. Sylvia, they don't know that Sylvia wasn't on the jury. I don't know. They act like evidence is in their face and they still don't want to believe it. Ruin the manhole image. They did, yeah. I'm glad that you did, Sylvia. That should consider the threats on the jury. I screenshot everything, y'all. Everything. I got it all. Sure did. I got it all. Got it all. I got it all. Sure did. I got pages of this junk. When I saw my name on it, I said, I'm going to screenshot this. I surely did. I surely did. Surely did. They kept running my name in the ground. So I said, you know what? Let me screenshot all of this stuff. I surely did. I screenshot every bit of it. They act like Sylvia had anything to say about this case. I know. I just repeat what I heard in the courtroom. See, if they would have let me have be able to do live streaming, y'all would have heard exactly what was said according to what I said. You know? So it is what it is. Again, those who don't know anything, here's what I had to say about that. This is what the rule that the judge used. They used this. The defendant is entitled to move for a directed verdict at the close of the evidence offered by the prosecuting attorney. The close of the evidence happened when the state rested. It was the close. Okay? All right. So you need to go look up that case, the law on that, okay? For directed verdict. All right. They should have took their butts to the courtroom. Yeah, they should have. So that is it. I'm about to take my butt to bed. I'm done with this. If they call my name out again, I might have to come back. because they need to stop it. They need to stop. I'm just reporting cases as it is, okay? That's all I can do. All right? It is 11 o'clock. I need to take my butt to bed. Y'all, I need to take my butt to bed. I have to take my butt to bed. Have a good night, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Peace out. All right. See you later. Good night, Bonnie. Oh, Miss Taurus, you late. Sweet dreams, Kim. You late, Miss Taurus. Tall glass. Go to bed, y'all. Good night, everybody. Night, night.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain.